young, wearing a thin t-shirt that revealed small breasts. I slid forward, put my fingers on her neck, felt a faint pulse. I backed out. Mitch instantly ran in again, Peppy slithering in next to him. I tried calling 911, but couldn't get a signal down there. It would be impossible for me to force the dogs up the rocks, not when they had a mission and I was in slip-sliding shoes. I left them and worked my way back up to the edge of the road and called 911. A squad car appeared almost instantly. The driver got out and demanded an ID. "A girl is stuck in the rocks down there. She needs help. I can't manage. I got a complaint about a lady and her dogs. You can't let them run around off-leash. Let's see some ID." "Please, look, there's a girl trapped down there. I came up to call for help. She needs an emergency crew with ropes and a stretcher." He pressed his lips together, called into his lapel phone that he was investigating a possible emergency. He came to the barrier between the road and the rocks, gripping my arm, but he looked down and saw Mitch's tail. Peppy was smaller. She must have squirmed in front of him. "That your dog?" "The girl is barely alive," I said, frantic. "Please, you can see for yourself if you climb down." He looked sourly at the rocks, but was saved by his phone. He exchanged a few sentences, then turned to me. "Someone called in a complaint from the high-rise there." He jerked his head at a building on the other side of the road. "Said a woman was taking her dogs down the rocks here. I guess that was you. Can you call the dogs? Get them to come up?" "They won't leave the girl, and I'm not strong enough to carry them up these boulders." He looked over the side again, communed again with his lapel phone. "We're locating a rescue team. But if this is a false alarm, it's a Class 4 felony." "It's not a false alarm," I said through thin lips. "How long until they get here?" 15, 20 minutes. You go down and leash up those dogs. You cannot let them run wild in the park." I maneuvered my way back down the rocks. I attached the dogs' leashes to their harnesses and managed to hook the ends around a crack in a neighboring rock so that I could check on the girl. There was a faint fluttering in her neck pulses. Her face still had some of the softness of childhood. I thought she had fresh welts on her cheeks, but they were so grimy I wasn't sure. I was wearing a new jacket, red basket weave, not cheap, but I draped it across her front, tucking the sleeves behind her shoulders. "It's okay, baby," I crooned. "Help is on the way. Hang on. We'll keep you warm and get you safe." I took some pictures. When the flash went off in her face, her eyes fluttered open. "Nagi?" she asked, and then repeated, "Nagi," with a little sigh, relief it sounded like, and closed her eyes again. My phone's light showed holes in her jeans, the edges scorched. They were caused by fire, not scissors. Pus was oozing from her wounds. An extreme form of self-mutilation or a hideous form of torture? Either way, she needed medical attention. Mitch and Peppy were pawing at my legs, desperate to return to the girl. I scooted out of the opening and let them go in. Perhaps not hygienic, but they would keep her warmer than I could. It was almost half an hour before the rescue team appeared. They dropped ropes and jumped down to meet us. They pulled the dogs out, handed the leashes to me. Keeping them away from the rescuers took my last bit of strength. "She has burns on her legs," I warned the rescue team. "Maybe on her face, too."